Hello from CES 2019. We are here with a company called Nevro, and they have implantable nerve stimulators. We are here with Dr. Caraway. He is Chief Medical Officer, correct?
Correct.
The company. So tell us more about your devices and what you're presenting here at CES.
Right. Well, Nevro has been commercial now in the U.S. since late 2015. And during that time, what we've done is expand upon our evidence base around how our therapy works. We came to the market with a full randomized control trial, a full PME application, with the goal of getting different labeling than it existed before. Okay. I understand you were an anesthesiologist in the past, yeah. So you know that a lot of spinal cord stimulation, the whole concept was built around the gate theory. This idea that you put paresthesias where the pain is, and the better you're able to do that, the better you're able to control the pain and improve the patient's pain. We came into the market with a different concept. Our device doesn't create paresthesias, we don't map around paresthesias, try to move the leads and so they get paresthesias, and we're unrelated to the development of paresthesias. And I should say, paresthesias are these tingling that you get when you supply electrical stimulation to the spinal cord.
Correct.
So we moved away from all that and brought a device that was backed by high-level evidence that showed that it was superior to paresthesia-based stimulation that had been the focus of innovation for years.
And how your devices are different than, let's say, at Medtronic?
Right, so the devices that have been around for the last, 40 years look very much like our device. There's an implantable can that creates a pulse, there is a needle, and there is a flexible lead that goes through that needle. Historically, that lead has been moved around so it's in the right position in the epidural space to get paresthesias. Ours looks similar to that, except that we don't do any of that moving around to get paresthesias, and we operate at a much higher frequency than any of the other devices. So historically, those frequencies would be about 40 to 60 times a second, maybe a little higher. Ours is operating at 10,000 times a second, pulses at 10,000 hertz. And we think that that provides...
So patient doesn't feel the stimulation itself at that frequency?
Patient never feels the stimulation, never feels these paresthesias, if you will. And we've demonstrated through high-level randomized controlled trials that it's very effective for things like back pain that have been traditionally hard to treat because it's hard to get paresthesias there.
How come Medtronic and others don't use that frequency for neurostimulation?
Well, they don't use that frequency because it's proprietary to Nevro. That's one reason. However, having said that, since we came into the market, all of the other companies, the ones you just mentioned, are striving to find ways to compete with a paresthesia-free technology. So for example, Medtronic and Boston and Abbott have all, since we've come into the company, developed therapies that seek to reduce the paresthesias that are there. But it's different than our approach to this and likely to be a completely different mechanism of action.
And what about your battery management technology?
Right, so we have sort of a unique device. The device is purpose-built to sustain continuous 10,000 hertz, this high-frequency stimulation. So we had a device engineering a proprietary algorithms and technology to have an IPG that could do that and remain able to do that for 10 plus years, which is what we're rated to do. We generally recharge once a day, just like you do with your iPhone or your cell phones. Patients find that to be very satisfactory. It's very fast, 30 to 40 minutes from full depletion to full charge. And that they typically run our device around the clock. They never turn it off. And uniquely with our device, they're able to drive with it on, they're able to operate heavy equipment, they sleep with it on, so they just use it all the time.
And what about your leads?
We have high quality leads that are 8 conductor leads on 2 leads. Like I say, they look a lot like other people's leads, but they're designed to deliver our therapy specifically. And they're 8 contact, two arrays that we put into the patient.
And how do you determine where to place the leads?
Right, so one of the unique things that we did in the field is we came into the market with a well-documented and well-evidence-based approach to placing the leads anatomically. We don't ask the patient, where do you feel this, where do you feel that? We placed it based on anatomical markers. For back and leg pain, we put 2 leads in, one at the top of T8 and one staggered down about 1 vertebral level. So we span from T8 to T11 and that's it. We don't map, we put them in the midline. And we've had extremely high success rates relative to historical norms with that approach.
So your your device can, is usually implanted under general anesthesia. Well, I mean, it can be done under MAC as well, but general is another option.
Whatever level of anesthetic the practitioner wants to provide. I mean, I can see reasons why with some patients and some conditions, you want a controlled airway and have a general anesthetic. There are surgical approaches to our device where a surgical lead is placed and perhaps the surgeon wants to have a general anesthetic, but certainly it's often done under local anesthetic, or as you said, MAC, this monitored anesthesia care anesthetic.
Thank you very much, and good luck.
My pleasure, thank you.